Yes, it is me, Alex, and today we will watch another video. And this video will be about castles. But before we will start, let's check our connection. I have a little bit changes in my working space and hope that this changing you like. Maybe you're not noticing them, but I am noticing at least. And yes, before we will start, I want to look for a connection. And yeah, it would be amazing if you will leave your likes. You can leave your comments below. It will be exciting to see your greetings. Why not? I think it is amazing. And let's start. Let's start. I already see that we have already messages from Lisa Marshall. Happy to see you, Lisa Marshall. Heart to you. Be strong. Oh my gosh. And yes, hello to Sam K. Hello to you, Sam K. It's always nice to see you too. Yes. Oh my god. I like these changes. Maybe you're not noticing them because I moved my hair equipment, and here it's like, yeah, I moved my processor from this place to this place. It's kind of like everything upside down in front of me, and that's why I have different vibe today. Yes. Yeah, I see, I can hear myself. It is amazing. What we will do today? Let's share with our plans. We will watch today video. This video will be about touring the most expensive house in the world. I don't know how expensive this house, or should I say castle, because these days I'm watching videos about castles, as you noticed, and this quite fascinating for me because I don't know, it's just amazing to look for these videos, and that's why today I decided to watch this with you one of such videos. I don't know where this castle was built or it is located. We will find out. And my recommendation for you to prepare tea, coffee, juice. I have just water. I don't know why, because maybe because of this live stream I was eating sandwich and that's why I'm like, okay. Yes. Oh god, it was harsh. I nearly broke my phone. Yeah, hope it is okay. It's me. Good evening, Alex. Hello, everyone. And yes, one of the things why I decided to watch this video, because castles, they always have, I don't know, they're always fascinating when you're looking them, and pretty often, like, castles, it is not only about building, it's also about territory, where it is located, maybe like not only where it is also located, but what nature around, what seasons and stuff like this. And that's why I decided to watch another video about castle which is located in another place. This video will be like long, maybe more than 30 minutes. That's why my recommendation you to prepare, drink or eat something for sure. Alex, how are you enjoying life in America? It is amazing. It is amazing. My life here these days just crazy. I'm enjoying because I started again to do my workouts. I started again to, I would say, to think about my health more. I started to, and I love this. I love this. I'm trying to eat, I would say, more and better, because sometimes maybe when you're eating, you don't, you sometimes you're forcing yourself to eat because it is right thing to do. But I mean, like, right now I'm doing this more naturally. Yes, I'm enjoying my life and I love this. I love this a lot. Okay, one moment. I don't know to whom this castle belongs. Have no idea. But I know that it is quite expensive place. Quite expensive place. Let's start watching. Let's start watching. I promise you that in this video there will be amazing footages because it is like professional footages recorded by professional camera, stuff like this, because it is like the advertising. Yes. Okay, let's go. Where's my face? Ah, I'm here. I will be small guy in this corner. Hope that it is enough for me. Of me for you. Okay, let's go.
The top out-of-sight class.
Yeah, I don't want to have here any subtitles, only now noticed. Yes.
Those with immense wealth who live in private luxury, barely glimpsed by the average civilian. This is old money that echoes across generations, weaving the fabric of our collective history and forming the very institutions of our modern world.
God! Look at this.
Of our collective history and forming the very institutions of our modern world.
Why do they have such huge... I mean, like, of course it costs like millions of dollars, but this garden, I think it is like not every city has such huge garden like this castle. And where is it located? It's like probably in such castles lives like the richest people on the planet. Yeah.
Welcome to Chateau du Champ de Bataille.
What?
So welcome to one of the most expensive homes in the entire world. We're here in Normandy, France, where behind me, that's right, that is one of the most expensive homes ever in the world. And in this episode...
It is France. It is France. That's why it has so interesting name. I was thinking it is somewhere in America. That's what I was thinking about because... But yeah, it makes sense why it's so called. Like, it has name, like Chateau, whatever, something else. Yeah. Chateau de Champs de Bataille, if I'm correct. Never heard about this place before, and it's not surprising. Maybe.
We're getting a tour of the house, the property, the whole thing. This is the largest private garden in all of Europe, and it's actually so big that we need a golf cart to tour the space. Bonjour. This is Zachary with Barnes International, and he will be touring us around the grounds.
Bonjour à tous, welcome everyone.
All right, let's roll.
Let's go.
So the estate encompasses over 300 acres of land, consisting of 6 main structures on the property that we'll be touring. The grotto and the Indian palace. We've got the main chateau and the gardens, then the Greek theater and the greenhouse. We're actually staying overnight here at the chateau, but more on that later. Now, before we immerse ourselves into this world of unfathomable wealth and reveal the price tag of this listing, we need to understand the history.
Our internet bill went up?
Yes.
Looks like you need Verizon.
We need to understand history for sure. And hello, Adrian. Happy to see you. Hello, Alex and everyone. Happy to see you, Adrian. Adrian, nice to see you. And I'm curious. Have you ever was there in your life in such castle? I don't know. Maybe I know that some of you like to spend time like to rent for vacation, example, rooms in castles, and you was sharing with your experience some of our eagles, and it's interesting to know. Maybe you was in this expensive house once.
Chateau du Champ de Bataille, or the Battlefield Castle, was built in 1652 by royal architect Louis Laveau, who takes his place in the history books for designing the Palace of Versailles, where the royal French family lived, a mere 20 years after this. This chateau is actually the prototype inspiration for Versailles. Famous French gardener André Lenotre, who created the Gardens of Versailles, also designed the gardens here at this chateau. So this is a piece of living history. Now, during the French Revolution, the chateau was stormed and the furniture was
I cannot say by looking at this, I mean, like, building itself already is old. They're selling history more and garden. I mean, like, yes, it is crazy cool. I love this garden, it is amazing. But they're selling trees and trees. No, no, don't get me wrong, please, but it looks amazing. Maybe that's why it is expensive, because of history behind, more than because I'm sure that you can find much more fancier, I don't know if it's possible to find more fancier houses around the world, but I'm sure, because today when I was looking for videos for these video reactions and palaces, and I was shocked in diversity of such super pooper expensive houses. And you, Lisa Marshall, say that you never was in such a palace. Me either, or either. I never was in such palace in my life, and I don't know, it's crazy. It is crazy. I like what I see. I love this. But to say that, example, if I would have money to pay for this and to own this, I would say no. Maybe because to make this public place more, it would be more profitable. Because yeah, where people there is money, maybe that's one of the reasons. But to make this private, to keep this, it's make no sense. It is too expensive to keep this in good condition. I don't know. It's like yeah, you're creating laundry, like I mean, like you're creating jobs for ordinary people who is not so rich as you are, but still people should enjoy this. It would be cool if there were colorful trees and flowers for the garden. Yes, at this moment I see only green color. I can imagine during fall it has leaves in some places, but it looks like not everywhere it is like it is. Yeah.
Versailles also designed the gardens here at this chateau. So this is a piece of living history. Now, during the French Revolution, the chateau was stormed and the furniture was sold throughout France. The home then passed through various owners over the years, even serving as a field hospital during World War II.
Yeah.
Then in 1992, the current owner, Jacques Garcia,
When I was born in 1992, and here we can see changes, what's happened with this castle.
World-famous French architect and designer purchased the rundown chateau and has since dedicated the last 30 years of his life restoring this palace to its former glory, and more importantly, filling this chateau with priceless art belonging directly to the French royal family.
Everything in here is authentic. For example, these 4 vases here were gifted to Napoleon by the King of Sweden, and they're here in this house. This is an actual human body mummified from Egypt in this house in France. That is wild.
It's rumored that Garcia purchases a piece of new art every day. Now, the actual price value of this home, it's nearly impossible to put a number on. But recently, an undisclosed private offer in the multiple 10-figure range was made to purchase the home, and it was declined by Jacques. Rather, it's his dream that the doors of the chateau be open to the world, ensuring that future generations can experience the magic and the mystery of this royal French treasure. And I'm working with Barnes International to market this home for rent. So if you're looking to rent out this chateau, please contact me via email in the description of this video. And with
Yeah, to rent this apartment. I mean, like, it's not apartment at all. Sorry, forgive me. Owner of this building. But yes, of course it is crazy. How, I don't know, like, to rent this, how much, how expensive it will be. I can imagine it will be like millions of dollars. Millions just to rent for a couple, I don't know, weeks. It will cost like millions of dollars, I don't know, for a month maybe. They will give you discount. But I think that like discounts, it will offend rich people. Like, I'm rich, like I can pay whatever you say. But I don't know. Can't have pets in chateau because there will be a chateau in the chateau. Trying to understand. I'm sure that people who are rich, they can afford to have cats or dog, because it is like they will have these huge dogs, and to play with them, to hunt maybe poor people or maybe bears if they have in France. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that big castles, it's probably worth of $500 million. Yeah, I can imagine it can cost even more. Example, I was watching recently, tried to understand how much leaders spending on their castles, and president of Russia, he spent like billions of dollars for castle which he has in Russia. It is crazy. I cannot imagine how this expensive, like, but this castle, in my opinion, has more historical. Yes, it is expensive, it is huge, but it has more historical part than actually. I mean, like, yeah, it is expensive. No, it's a huge building, no doubt. But you can find in different parts of Europe. That's what I'm trying to. If I'm correct, in America, much more expensive buildings. Maybe that's why. But I can be wrong. I can be wrong for sure. Because new technology, I mean, like, they can do much more impressive things.
That we're starting our tour here in the formal gardens, which are absolutely colossal.
So we're now at the center of the property.
Yeah.
What's the significance about this behind me?
So the exact place where we are.
No one person is there. You look at this, it is empty. It is like a ghost town. Like, nobody is there. I think it is a little bit sad that such huge property and people do not have chance to walk there. I mean, like, it is really sad, I would say. It can be depressing to live there alone with your, I don't know, people who is working for you. Yeah, I think it is depressing. I can be.
Now it's the perfect middle of the castle. That means there is 500 meters on that part and 500 also on this one.
So back in 1992, all of what we're looking at right now was just an overgrown field lost to time, until Jacques found the original garden design plans in the chateau.
Harbor Freight
Interesting.
knows.
He bought this place and he decided to recover his 3 decades, spent his money, and he spent like, can you imagine 3 decades to try to restore everything? Sometimes it can be more expensive to restore things than actually to build from the, I don't know, from the beginning. And that's what I think happened here. That's why it is expensive, because he was restoring historical part. Because I'm sure that pretty often you can build from like from scratches. It will be bigger by territory, I don't know. Building will be bigger and more modern, but because it doesn't have historical part, it will be less expensive. I mean, like, it will be still expensive, but not like this example. That's what my suggestion. But I don't know. I'm not expert in luxury. Yeah, I'm not apartment, so it's not apartment. I don't know, city. It looks like a real city. Yes. By the way, hello everyone who joined now. Hard to you. Yes, you can leave your like, you can leave your comment below. You can write your message and share with your opinion about this exactly house or palace or whatever city you name this. And also you can share with your opinion if you would have this apartment. Why I'm telling apartment? How? I don't know. Maybe because I'm thinking about apartment. If you would have enough money, would you buy this palace or not? For me, it would be interesting to know your opinion. Would you buy this? Just curiosity. My answer, I already said, I can repeat after I'm like, and now, no. Because it is, if I would buy this, definitely I will make this more public for people to enjoy this beauty. That's what I would do, because I mean, why not to make it I mean, like, it is, especially it has historical part in background. I do not I do not understand when castle doesn't have historical value they're making from this museum. I mean, this already has historical value. That's why you can make this as place for public, and sometimes to make their private events. Why not? It's quite possible. Hello Lori, hard to you, happy to see you Lori, and hello to, yeah, I wish we could attach photos in chat. Oh, who knows, maybe in future that will be possible. Alex, live, one of my favorites. One moment, I want to read this comment. One of my favorites in the Sanakuchi, I don't know, palace in Potsdam, Germany, built by Frederick the Great. Also amazing multi-level grounds and huge fountain. Alex lives in his castle. I mean, like, Alex doesn't have a castle, let's be honest, but I would love to live in small one, reminding a little bit castle. It doesn't necessary to have 1,000 square feet, but small. It is like also castle. It's not about sizes I'm talking about. You can rent it for 4,500 to 10,000 per night, depending on season. I can imagine. Wow. Maybe when everything is green during summer, it is more expensive to spend their night time. Like, can you imagine $10,000 per night? I think it's crazy, isn't it?
Excavated and recreated these gardens exactly how they would have been almost 400 years ago. First, he dug a 550-meter long canal, which is definitely a defining feature of the property, to feed the vast network of elaborate fountains and water features, such as this circular entrance fountain with these gilded statues of dolphins emerging from the sea, surrounding an ornate globe rising in the center. Even where we're standing right now at the center of the property, you've got these wild clawfoot soaking tubs overflowing with water.
And the cost to turn on these fountains is apparently 20,000 euro just to turn on and run the fountains here. So you could have a jet ski in here. That's how large this is.
It takes a full-time staff of 15 of the best gardeners in all of Europe to maintain and create these elaborate garden designs, consisting of stunning geometrical patterns and even human-sized hedge mazes throughout the property.
On the side of the castle, we have a
Gosh. What's kind of, I mean, like, they making from trees real figures from chess. It is stunning. I mean, like, it looks, of course, beautiful, and it is stunning. Yeah. I hope that's not a painting grass, because pretty often you can find it's about like the painting grass and to look this more greener. I don't know. Yes, but I will not be surprised if they are painting, because in golf clubs they're painting this grass pretty often, and sometimes like Christmas trees they're painting whatever they want, just painting everything, making this more greener. But it looks like you can see places it is not so green, and I hope that's because they're not painting it.
a lawn with chess pieces that are probably 8-9 foot tall here, and look how perfect these are. I'm in shock that they can actually do this. The role of the gardener here at the chateau is, I'd say, the most important role because of how much acreage we have.
And one of the most intricate and prominent design features in the gardens are the symmetrical lattice design box gardens leading up to the front patio of the chateau. Now, the garden is based on the principle of imposing order and symmetry over the land.
And back in the 17th century, the #1 way a king could show his flex and his power over the land was symmetry, controlling nature. So if you notice, all the hedges are squares, because you don't find a square like that in nature. And I think that is just fascinating that they had the ability to do that way back then, and that it's been preserved today with this. It's kind of mind-boggling. I also noticed the hedges are
It's like Minecraft. Those people who loves to play Minecraft, I think they know this well, and even if you're not playing, I'm not playing Minecraft, but I see that comparison pretty well.
cut in the shape of a wave, which are at least 30 feet high. I think the biggest thing I want to drive home is the scale of this place and how you really need a person walking through the gardens to show the whole 45 acres. Like, this is, I've never seen a house like this, ever. I don't think anyone has, because typically stuff like this is off market, especially in France and the Paris market. It's very private, and in the past 3 years, Zachary was saying that they're becoming a bit more public facing, using things like social media to sell, so here we are. Damn. There's also a theater here.
Yes, you can see Greek theater, greenhouse, Indian palace, grotto, whatever it is, the garden, and it doesn't matter where you will go, everywhere you can find this garden. Like everywhere. Like a greenhouse surrounded by a garden. I think yes, it is more about garden than it has more territory, more you need to look for this than for buildings itself. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's inspired by a Greek temple because during the 17th century in Europe, the archaeologists, they just discovered all the Greek temple and everything, so that they were trying to reproduce it in all the biggest home, like this castle, for example.
Basically, La Theatre or theatre, whatever, it is grass. That's what I see basically.
Wow. So back in the day when they discovered the Greek theater, the wealthiest of the wealthiest wanted to say, hey, I want to have a Greek theater at my home.
Yeah, because for them it was amazing, this discovery. It was completely new. They didn't knew this was existing because it was like almost 1,000 years before them.
And this is the living stage.
It's seasonal place. During winter, you will not be able to watch there anything. And interesting, what can you watch there? Probably they can invite there like musicians who's playing musical instruments, I don't know. And that's maybe one of the main themes. Yeah.
In the Greek theater. So essentially, they made this garden a replica of the original Greek theater because back in the 17th century, it was so expensive to travel the world where those who were at the upper echelons of wealth would bring the world to their property. So that's what you're seeing here. And it's pretty spectacular. For instance,
I think that it's happening everywhere in every country right now, around the world. People bringing all the best from around the world to own home country. Same is happening with any country. They're trying to like show that, oh, look at this, we have this too. Oh, look at that, we have this too. That's what they are trying like to show everyone, to all the world, that we are not behind. We are like going as everyone in the same pace, or maybe even better pace. Yeah. One moment. I want to receive. Let's go. Very well. On one moment, I want to read your message. Let's read this. Not about size, it's how you use it. And about garden, it is completely true. How you use your garden. Very well dressed and handsome the guy is in the video, good looking, suit, haha, in style. Of course, they will try, I'm sure, to find person who will be able to advertise this place and to in better way. Yes. Imagine the amount of weeds in this property. You need a bazooka to get rid of them. For sure, or hundreds of people who will work in this garden.
Even behind us, we have ivy, which has been cut to mimic the architecture of the ancient Greek theater. That's ridiculous. I mentioned that there's 15 gardeners that maintain this land. They planted flowers that start blooming in May and end in October. So the entire year you have bloomed flowers. And that's where that price tag of $1 billion comes from, because you really can't put a price on this because it's history and it's art.
Yeah.
There is an Indian temple,
Indian palais in French.
There's an Indian palais on the.
Because this guy was wearing suit, or I should wear suit too during doing this live stream, just in order to match somehow, because they're trying to show this officially, and yeah, it makes sense.
The property.
I remember, I think that you remember too, that there was quite expensive wedding this year. The most expensive wedding for entire history, it was in India, because they're quite rich. I mean, like, they're oligarchs or whoever a ruler of this India place. And that's why I'm not surprised.
Essentially, Jacques brought in, I believe it was what, 5 containers?
600.
600 containers of actual materials from India to build this palace.
In 1992.
In 1992.
Wow.
Apparently he has parties where he brings in elephants,
Yeah.
lions, tigers, and bears.
And the only way to go from here to the Indian Palais is this boat.
I mean, you could walk around, but we're gonna take the boat. So this is the Indian Palais.
Yeah, the Indian Palais, and all of what you see here is really from India. It's not a replica. Jacques Garcia, the owner, he brought all of this by.
Cannot walk there? Strange. It is really strange. I mean, and it's quite new renovation 30 years ago, I would say that. Yeah, it's new renovation because they did this for during, I believe, decade. This renovation, not like it didn't happen for 1 year.
Shipping containers.
I'm at a loss for words for how large the scale of his thinking is. The fact that, like, it looks like we walked into India. It looks like we are in India right now. So there's a house in the Indian palace,
Yeah,
right?
Jacques, when he come here, he's living there.
So welcome to the living room of the Indian Palais, and just take a look around. It's one thing to hear 500 shipping containers, but to see all of the artifacts, like, come look at this. Look at this leopard.
Interesting.
Look
How
at this
much?
thing. I don't really have words for this, also because we don't know the value of everything. I want to mention that in the price point of this chateau, I believe we were told there's $1 million worth of art alone.
Why they're not telling price? Is it like so private information?
In the chateau. And you can see just from around me, we have, look at this chair. I don't want to touch anything either.
Why?
Hookah lounge. Oh my gosh. What?
I probably would touch everything. Maybe I'm bad boy. I don't know. But I mean, why not? They gave him opportunity to be there and like to sell this somehow. And he's afraid to touch this because it is so beautiful. I don't know. But take a chance. Why not?
You know that's real too. There's no way that's fake. What's the most impressive is a lot of times I see homes where people have a theme and it's replications or knockoffs, but the fact that this is all legitimate historical antiques is just, man, it's beyond my pay grade. I don't even know what to say about this. Just look at all these artifacts.
Have you already seen a property like this before?
Not as historically, but definitely where there's themed rooms, but
Yeah.
nothing like this.
Yeah, it's the most expensive home in the world, but I think this is priceless. Right.
It's hard to put a value on
Yeah.
everything we've seen. So check out this hallway. Apparently now we're going to the indoor swimming pool. in the Indian Palais. Oh, whoa, look at this.
What is that?
Holy crap. I'm gonna go up here.
Just random library?
This is a library built into this hallway. Blake, actually, you wanna check this out up here? These books are so old, I'm not gonna touch a single thing. This is also the kind of home where you could spend at least a week here, minimum, and still not explore everything. Like, what is that iron door? Where does that go? I smell chlorine, so I guess we're getting close.
Gosh, it is huge.
Le classique, plus moderne.
Oh my gosh. Look at this.
Much. Indoor swimming pool.
He's just swearing like what the something else. Yes, I think that of course when you are there, when you're in this atmosphere, it makes sense to swear because it is crazy. I'm interested how many people working there to keep this in good condition, to clean everything, I don't know, to groom grass and lawns. Interesting how many people are working there and where do they live, these people who is working there. I mean, probably not in this basement or whatever this place is, Indian Palace. Gosh.
Should I? Apparently you can walk around and check out the back of the pool. Like if you wanted to come here and dive in, there's a hallway that goes around the entire pool. We're now checking out some of the bedrooms. Apparently there's 10 bedrooms in the Indian Palace. Just look at this, like what the hell?
What the hell?
Zachary went back this way.
His emotions, like what the hell? He cannot explain even like, I mean, it's understandable. And it's quite understandable opinion and expressions. What the hell? Yes.
We're gonna find him now. Like, look at the tapestries here. Another little library sitting area. More tapestries and a never-ending hallway. At the end of the hall, this is one of the bedrooms, one of 10. Again, everything imported in from India. It's all historic. And look at this bathroom. Divided by this solid stone soaking tub here in the middle. I'm having a hard time fathoming how someone over the course of 30 years brought all this here and planned all this out. Also, like, I'm afraid to bump into anything by accident just because, like we mentioned, the price $, but it could be more than that just because all the art hasn't really been evaluated. And now we're gonna go check out, well, wait till you see this. So I was told that this is the swimming pool. The swimming pool is 100 meters long, so that is 2 Olympic-length swimming pools. And the cost to turn on these fountains is apparently 20,000 euro.
They can swim there indoor and they can swim outdoor. But this outdoor swimming pool looks like fontaine. I mean, I'm sure that you can swim there if you're paying, if you're owner of this place and water quite clean and etc. Just one of the things that why do they have so much swimming pools? I mean, like, maybe stupid question, but still. Imagine the amount, I saw this message before. I can imagine it is quite crazy.
Just to turn on and run the fountains here, I'm truly speechless. You could have a jet ski in here. That's how large this is. And we haven't even seen the main chateau yet. This is just one palace on the land. Right across from the Indian Palais is the Grotto. Now in 2020, during the pandemic, the owner got bored. And while all of us were in our homes, quarantining, watching the news, he built a grotto with a waterfall cascading down volcanic lava rock which leads down into, our guide actually took us down here last night. Check this out at nighttime. All right, we've been kidnapped.
This is Ghost Hunters.
Oh. Guys, we're going into the grotto. We're staying overnight in the castle. We're ready.
All right, flashlights off.
Actually, good lights here.
Yeah.
Now it's turning into a
What?
YouTube tour of
The hell?
I can imagine.
Yeah. Keep it rolling.
I can imagine what people can do this. I can imagine. In this private space.
So when do we get sacrificed?
During COVID, he was like bored and he didn't know what to do. And so that idea came up.
He made a grotto.
Making this place, yeah.
You did that too during COVID, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know it's wrong.
Yeah, who is owner of this place? I don't know. People sometimes have so much money, they're like, okay, let's build something else because I haven't not enough place. And then they're selling everything. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Daytime, it's a bit different. So you
What to do. And so that idea came up.
he made a grotto.
Making this place, yeah.
You did that too during COVID, right?
Oh, yeah.
In the daytime, it's a bit different. So you head on down into this, I don't even know what you would call this, to this temple-like grotto. I mean, the ceilings in here are at least 50 feet. It has a dead center circle in the middle, and all around me are the statues of Greek gods with mirrors behind them, all petrified wood here, lining the columns, supporting the structure, with again that volcanic stone built in around the statues here. The outside of the structure is meant to mimic a volcano, and then you have waterfalls entering through all the sides here, flowing down the stairs, leading into the center basin here where you have the circular stage. And even if you look up, look at all the carvings of the faces along the ceiling. I was told that the owner has some pretty crazy parties in here. Comment down below what you think they use this room for. So
Yes, I can imagine. Oh, yes, you can leave your comments. What do you think they do there? It looks like they have quite good imagination. It can be like spent for sacrifices. I hope that it is not. They can do these rituals there, including sex parties. Just suggestion. But it looks like they can do whatever they want there, because it has quite like private and intimate atmosphere there.
leading into the center basin here where you have the circular stage. And even if you look up, look at all the carvings of the faces along the ceiling. I was told that the owner has some pretty crazy parties in here. Comment down below what you think they use this room for. So this is the final structure on the 45 acres of gardens that we've toured so far. We haven't even seen the castle. We're about to enter what they call the greenhouse.
Greenhouse. Gosh.
I haven't seen it yet, so we're gonna get my reactions. Apparently this is the spot, so here we go. Oh my God. So this is the room off of the entrance where we have all these blue vases and just more art. More art from all around the world here. Again, worth over $1 million. And now the main event.
At least now he said $1 million. Before he wasn't telling anything, even $1 million.
When they said it was a greenhouse, I didn't think it would be this. There's a floating bridge with waterfalls on either side with tropical plants everywhere. What the... This is insane. This is crazy.
Why do they have this water everywhere?
The trees are growing out of the stonework. There's sculptures everywhere. There's trees growing out of the floor with holes cut in the carpet here with this statue of, I don't even know what, but holy crap. This is just ridiculous.
It is.
And apparently, I was told that the piano right behind me here, this is Steinway's piano. So you know Steinway and Sons? This is not the Sons, this is his original piano.
This is actually Alex's backyard. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know. It is crazy. Can you imagine how expensive to keep this, just to keep this every day in good condition? Like, it's probably maybe $50,000 just for one day. You need to pay everyone, and it's crazy.
Wow.
Or maybe even more. Wow, he's so talented.
This is crazy. So this is actually, how much does this cost? And I was told that these ferns here, these ferns are apparently 400 years old, which is as old as the castle itself. This is incredible. Okay, let's say hi to everyone. So this is the whole team. It's not just me walking around here. We're getting all the information. This is the team at Barnes, my girlfriend Geraldine. This is Zachary at Barnes.
Oh, he has a girlfriend. Stop. Stop immediately, video. I mean, so many people trying to advertise this house, and I'm not surprised. So many people, because it makes sense.
There's another room here.
A whole nother room.
Yeah, because it's not crazy enough.
I've never seen a garden like this.
When is
So,
summer?
in the wintertime, when it's a little depressing and cold, you can come into this garden here and just be transported into the tropics. I can't describe to enough the intricacy of all the thought that went into the specific plants here, the design of the water, the lily pads. It's really something else, and it's hard to put a price on this. And at the very end here, there's a platform. Oh, wow, look at this. With an aerial view top down of the garden. This is unreal.
It's like surreal. It's like everything looks like it is not real. I mean, it cannot be real because it looks like it is from another world. I mean, it looks like it's from imagination, like was taken directly from imagination, and in reality doesn't exist because trees inside of the building, because of these I don't know, floating bridges, flying bridges. So that's why altogether it is strange feeling you have when you're watching this video, but it makes sense at the same time. It's like supposed to be. Can you imagine watering on flowers, how long it will take?
We're actually spending the night at the castle. I wouldn't say it's scary.
It's terrifying.
It's a little scary. Our room didn't have a light, and they actually bought up a floor lamp just because it was so dark in here. All right, it's now the next morning. Not the best sleep of my life, but not the worst.
I think that he probably didn't pay money for sleeping there. He didn't pay $10,000. Just my suggestion. Yes, because it looks like this.
I'm looking for some coffee. Day 2 at the chateau. Dressed back up, had my coffee. Staying overnight here, it's really giving us the experience of what it would be like to actually own this. And even with the weather changes, we've got a bit more moody feel today, overcast. But I'm excited, let's get into it and start the tour off. We've seen the Indian Palace, we've seen the greenhouse, all 45 acres of the garden. Are you ready to see inside the chateau?
That's the
Let's
main
check this
thing.
out. So right in the entry, we have the royal foyer here with all this stone on the ground, the columns. The home was built in 1651 and took 10 years to complete. It has 40 bedrooms, 5 living rooms, 2 dining rooms. The square footage, they don't even know.
80,000 square feet. 2 dining room. 40 bedrooms. It must be dining rooms, must be dining room. This dining room, they must be huge if they have 40 bedrooms. And you can see that ceiling, it's not so high. It's like everywhere, I mean, average.
And we're only actually touring 1/4 of this castle. This side over here is private. The owner lives on this side, so we're touring, I guess you could call it the public side, but it's still pretty crazy. Let's start heading up the stairs off of the foyer. Look at this stairwell. Like triple
Can you
width
imagine?
stairwell here. Look at this.
You have so huge palace that's, you don't need even like all these parts. I mean, like, he's using only part of this palace. It's crazy.
Stonework, the wrought iron railings, statement stairwell if I have ever seen one. So onto the second floor here, we're gonna head off to my right. I mean, and I wanna also point out the artifacts. I'm not gonna actually touch this because it took 30 years to collect all the art in here. And again, I wanna mention the art is worth north of $1 million. Off of the stairwell,
What?
welcome to the formal dining room reception area. This is where the king would greet his guests. It's also where they would feast. You notice all the silverware. I want to point out again, everything in here is authentic. For example,
Look at
these
doors and windows. They're not made from plastic. They're wooden. They're made from wood.
4 vases here were gifted to Napoleon by the King of Sweden. And they're here in this house. As we go out throughout the home, we'll point out a few more artifacts. But this is the entertaining room for when your guests arrive to the chateau. You've got views there to the south, the north of the courtyard, Juliet balconies. The ceilings are about 30 feet high or 10 meters, and you can just see the scale of this room. It is massive. Now from the dining room, we've got your parlor or your great room here, and this is decorated in typical 17th century French decor. Again, everything you see in here is authentic. For example, this is a portrait of Marie Antoinette young, and then on the other side of Marie Antoinette old. This over here is actually the wheelchair of Marie Antoinette's son. His actual wheelchair. He had a disability, and this is what he used to get around. And that's actually a painting of him right above here. I want to also point out that the typical French living room in the 17th century was decorated like this, where it's the opposite of minimalism. Every piece of the wall is covered in art.
It's
The furniture
opposite.
from the formal living room. We've got
And
the pool
this
hall. And this
floor, it's also wooden. You can see when you can hear when he's walking. It is like it has specific sound.
This is an original pool table from Louis XIV. His doctor actually prescribed that after he ate to play pool to help with his indigestion. And this is his original table here, just chilling in the chateau. Then at the end here, again, this typically is closed off because this is actually where the owner of the chateau is living full time. So unfortunately, we can't tour that. If we look behind me, you can really see the entire length of this chateau here. And again, let's walk and talk. They actually don't even know the square meters or the square feet of this castle. So formal living room, back into your dining room. And again, we don't know the actual square footage of the chateau. I would guess anywhere from 60 to 80,000 square feet. Off of the formal dining room, we're back to the main stairwell area. And this is the ballroom in the chateau.
Gosh.
If you look up all the artwork on the ceiling, you have beautiful crown molding. This is all gold leafed. Every single detail in here. Again, over 30.
It is too much. I mean, it's really too much. Oh, poor people. How many bathrooms? Ah, they didn't say how many bathrooms. Or did they? I know bedrooms, they're like 40 bedrooms. But I believe that like every bedroom has own bathroom. If I'm wrong. I can be wrong. Yes, just curiosity, I want to check. Let's check. 40 bedrooms.
The square footage, they don't.
They didn't say about bathrooms. They didn't say, but I believe that it's kind of like a lot. Yeah, a lot.
Artwork on the ceiling, you have beautiful crown molding. This is all gold leafed. Every single detail in here. Again, over 30 years it took to design everything out.
Yes, I can imagine that it took so while, so long time, and plus it is expensive to. That's one of the thing. They tried to make this more historical. By itself, this building is historical, but they tried to do this more historical by buying historical parts. I don't know, statues, furniture, I don't know, toilets, whatever, restrooms, I mean, like everything. This, yeah, books maybe, who knows.
To be as if you were in 17th century France here. I really want to point out the level of detail on the gold leafing here. It's on the walls, the ceilings, and even if you look up, you have this artwork on the ceiling here with the angels, the chandeliers. These are all crystal chandeliers here. These bronze statues. Again, we don't know the individual value of certain pieces, but the total sum is $1.
Yes, a lot. Like a total, every piece, they don't know how expensive it is, but altogether it's like millions, or maybe, who knows, it can be even a billion of dollars. I will not be surprised, because these details can be quite expensive. Even this statue, who knows, maybe it was belonging to some person centuries ago. That's why they decided to put it here. I don't know, maybe it has historical value behind. That's the reason of being in this palace. And yes, maybe they just have an outhouse. Who knows, maybe they have outhouse. Maybe, yeah, where they do these sacrifices and sex party things. I don't know, maybe they have their outhouse near close to this place. I have no idea. It looks like everything is possible in this paradise.
Why does Wi-Fi only seem to work?
It makes sense when you're looking at this. I mean, I hope that they will tell price at the end. I hope that they will tell price, because why to have this intrigue? I mean, in order to reveal this at the end of the video, maybe that's why. Because it makes no sense, like, to talk about price and then to not talk about price. Something like this.
Out of the ballroom here, we're now entering the home office, the study. Original desk here, all original chairs. Again, look at the ceiling here. You've got beautiful artwork on the ceiling, the gold leafing throughout, and again, the entire wall space is covered with original art from the French Revolution. Every room in the chateau also has a wood-burning fireplace, because back in the day, it's the only way you're gonna heat this place. So from the office, we have a little hallway, which connects us to the King's Chambers. So this is where the king of the chateau slept, right here. For instance, as far as the artifacts, these two boxes on either side are from Imperial Japan. That's original silver there with the artwork on those boxes here. Over top, crystal chandelier, fireplace. Again, just look at the gold leafing detail here.
It looks like nobody is sleeping here, but they closed other door, you can see. Maybe because they're living again some owner or son of a owner or daughter, I don't know.
On every single wall. Super impressive. Leaving the king's bedroom, back on through his private hallway.
So convenient to live in. I mean, like, of course, when you have servants or I don't know, slaves, whoever the workers who is looking for this, but still, I mean, is it cozy? I don't know. Maybe it is. You need to live there in order to understand how cozy to live there.
Leafing detail here on every single wall.
Of course, for centuries years ago, it was very cozy to live. I mean, but still.
Super impressive. Leaving the king's bedroom, back on through his private hallway, into the study room, right off of here. This is pretty wild. Welcome to your double height ceilinged library here in the chateau.
What the hell?
Take a look at this. There's over 20,000 rare books in here. You've got catwalks surrounding the library on the second floor, open to the floor down below. 20,000 historical books in here.
20,000.
And at either end of the library,
historical books.
there's two mummies. This is an actual human body, mummified from Egypt, in this house in France. That is wild. I even saw voodoo dolls at that end. And these look like spell books, so...
It's crazy.
There's no words for this. That's why it's truly like, you can't put a price on this. And with that said, we don't actually know the true value of this estate. We can only guess. There's also hidden doors throughout the entire home. And these are only the ones that we've been shown. I'm sure there's a lot more. Check out what's behind here. This is the game room where we have an ostrich skeleton, turtles on the walls, a panther. We haven't even gone up here yet, and I'm curious. Let's check out what's up here. The whole wall is lined with tortoise shells. We're now going up into one of the towers of the chateau.
Can you imagine they for sure have another hidden doors there? They just decided to not show them on video. Only next owner will know about another hidden place. Because for sure they have.
And now we're just...
For sure, I'm sure about
Oh, there's no lights in there. I'm not going in there. Come on, let's check it out. Got some pheasants. What the heck? This is actually crazy.
where it's going. This.
Could you imagine? Look at this. Could you imagine if this was your bedroom? And to get to your bedroom, you had to walk through the game room, through the secret passageway in the library. Again, there's 40 bedrooms in this house. This is one of 40. You saw the king's room. Check out the bathroom. A tub
Yeah, you can see
fit for
the-
royalty with a view of the gardens here.
It's
All right, let's
crazy.
head out of this bathroom.
Wow, this bathroom so high. It has even own stairs. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Of the gardens here.
Yeah, it is crazy.
All right, let's head out of this bathroom.
Yeah, every
And it's
every
tough because we
bedroom
can't really
has
show
own
you every
bathroom,
single
you can see.
bedroom. Like this is the blueprint of the castle here on the wall. You can just see how large it is. I honestly think it's probably more than 60 to 80,000 square feet. I'm thinking closer to 100,000 because there's rooms that I'm sure we will not even see or have access to. So up this stairwell, there's another wing where there's more bedrooms, but we're gonna head back down past all these dead beetles and turtle shells. I want to point out also, like, I was kind of It's kind of jarring to see all this. It's a bit antiquated having dead animals on your wall like this, but I guess back in the day, in the 17th century, this was the norm. All right, finally back downstairs. There's just so much here. Oh, we're locked. Yeah, we're locked. We have to go back the other way. All right, we made our way back down. We're now at the lower level of the library. So if you look up, you can see the wraparound balcony and just the height of the ceiling in here. And again,
yes, it's crazy that, example, if this library has 20,000 old books, interesting how are they readable? Can you read these books? Because it looks like they're in terrible conditions, at least by looking at them, they look a little bit fragile. And can you read them? I don't know, touch? I mean, like, of course you can, but it's pretty easy to destroy them just like by turning one page to another. Yeah. This is so cool and overwhelming. Everything here is too overwhelming. I don't know, like, it's quite strange, and this unique style, too unique and too, I don't know, sometimes even awkward. These turtles, I think it is awkward. I mean, yeah. Must be a lot to heat the place. They must have a lot of fireplaces there, like, maybe too much. Alex, they sell gold paints online. It is not real gold, but it will make you feel like a king. Oh my god, it is amazing. I think that if for people they need to, like, not real gold to feel themselves like a king, I think it is a little bit sad. Why do you need to feel yourself like a king if to prove this, to show this? I don't know. Like for souvenir, to make this as present, but for yourself it is a little bit awkward. Yeah.
These are all books from the mainly 18th and 19th century, lots again of French Revolution pieces. Now out of the library, there's a back hallway which connects the front hallway here, which we're gonna go to right now, where we left off upstairs when we were locked up there in the dead zoo, I guess you could call this. I'm not gonna show too much of this, but maybe just a little quick shot down this hallway to get the perspective of the dead zoo. Pretty gnarly. And this is, for perspective, we were up there and this was locked. So if we continue on, there's a little room here. I'm not even sure what this is for, but this is the chapel in the chateau. This is a proper church that just happens to be in the chateau. Again, you got the double height ceilings here, got the altar, all these religious relics in here. And I'm not going to begin to even try to explain any of the ceilings here. Got the altar, all these religious.
Is it Stalin? I don't know. Usually in Russia they can keep body in red square, and here they have same rituals. I don't know.
Just relics in here. And I'm not going to begin to even try to explain any of this just because I really don't even know. And I feel like most people here don't know because there's just so much. There's so many artifacts from all over the world. And just, I don't really have much to say about this part. It's really intense. The dead zoo, animals from all over the world mounted in this hallway.
I think
Comment down below what you think of this. It's pretty intense. But now we're back to the main foyer right there, and what's down this door is actually pretty crazy. So we're now going subterranean in the chateau, and as you come down here, instantly it's like 5 to 10 degrees cooler than upstairs. And this is where the kitchen is in the chateau, because back in the day, kitchens weren't something that you would show off. The kitchen was below the home where you would store the firewood. You've got the pans here. They even have those subterranean windows so you can let in light. And if you peek in here, this is traditionally what it would be like and where the staff would be living, because it is the warmest part of the house. So the beds are in the kitchen here.
People were living there, people were eating there, and they had quite good conditions, I would say. Can you imagine to live there? It is crazy cool too. I mean, you're living in palace, yes, you're working there, but still, why not? And it's interesting how much salary do they have now there. And I'm sure that nobody is living in this place now. I mean, like, in the staff.
And I was told that the biggest cause of fire in these chateaus was here in the kitchen, so that's why someone would be sleeping here at all times in case things went crazy. But this is set up in the way it would be in 1650.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then if we continue on, the ceiling gets a little lower. There's another area over here where you would be butchering your meat. You have all the quail hanging, a boar for dinner.
Now it's
Going
like
even
a
further
museum.
back, getting even colder.
It's sad that they decided to make it as a museum, because I would like if they would actually work people. I think it would be much more interesting, making life even, and museum, not museum, but this palace more alive. Without these people who was working there, it is just, yeah, it became historical place, maybe, that's why.
This is the wine storage here, an actual wine cellar. And at the very end, this is pretty crazy. This is where you would store your fruit from the summer. So you would harvest all your apples in the fall, bring them down here for the winter, and they would stay preserved just because the temperatures are so cool. And then even in this room, there's a fireplace to heat the place. And then there's actually another stairwell at the back of the kitchen, which leads us up. Instantly it gets warmer. It's pretty incredible how the subterranean kitchen actually cools the food. And now we're back where we were by the chapel and the dead zoo. For reference, we're back in the foyer. That's the front door. This is the back door, which leads into the chateau courtyard, which is super impressive, especially from the view of the drone, seeing how large this courtyard is in comparison to a human, or even had the car pulling up earlier. And here you get the true perspective of the chateau. So behind me, that's where we're sleeping. That's actually for rent, so you can actually rent those rooms out and stay here. There's a restaurant off to the left here, and then behind me, this is where the owner lives. So we haven't even toured this entire wing, and we haven't even toured the wing behind us here for a perspective of just how freaking huge this chateau is. Of everything we've seen, what was the craziest, the most impressive, the most beautiful thing that you saw? Again, I want to thank the teams at Barnes International for giving us the opportunity to come out here to Normandy and share something that no one has really seen up until this point. If you're new here, subscribe, give the video a like, and with that, we will see you in the next video.
They didn't say about price. They didn't say about price at all. I think it is sad. And maybe they didn't want to escape us ordinary people. Maybe that's why. But it is like, they could say at least. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoyed this video too. I think that it is crazy. I will not be surprised if this place will cost like, I don't know, billions dollars, couple billions, I don't know. It will be not surprising. And yes, it would be nice if you will leave your like. You can leave your comments below and to share with your opinion. Maybe you was renting there one day a room, maybe you was sleeping there one night, or maybe several nights, because it looks like expensive. I saw your message that for one night it will cost like $10,000 or $5,000, depends from your room or view, I don't know. And yes, I enjoyed this video a lot, hope that you too. Yes, leave your likes below, and you can support on Buy Me a Coffee or on PayPal. But I'm wishing you to be yourself, have an amazing day, and as always, see you next time.